over.
Cool.
I'm 100% giving you a shot on it.
Hi, this is Bill with Disc Jockey News, and here I am just at the beginning of day 2 of Midwest DJs Live, and the first day was amazing so far. It's been really great, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about, come around the back here, Howard. I wanted to tell you a little bit about what was going on and have you meet some of the attendees. Of course, this is Howard Wallach, and Howard, why don't you tell us a little bit about how your first day was and how this conference has stacked up to some of the other conferences you've been to.
Once again, the folks behind the scenes have done an excellent job. This has been a great couple of hours. I wanted to tell you, I loved Carol Lane yesterday.
Carol Lane, she opened things out yesterday, and she was talking about the millennials and the generations from the 1920s all the way to today.
She has a great stage personality.
She really does.
She was articulate. She was insightful. I dare say everybody got good nuggets from Carol. I also wanted to acknowledge today Stacy Nichols. Her input, her nuggets about Pinterest.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know what you don't know. So thank you, Stacy. And also a shout out to Vicky Musner. Vicky was wonderful on stage yesterday. Also, this is good stuff. Can I
one of the hosts, actually.
Yes.
Mitch Taylor and her have been sharing the hosting duties, and they've been doing an amazing job.
I want to give some shout-outs to some standouts. This gentleman right over here, Nick Spinelli, what can I say? Great energy. He's for real. His skills behind the ones and twos leave all of us jaw-dropped. He is wonderful in every way. I know he's also attending Marquee this summer in Chicago. But rocking the stage is DJ Alton Olson. I love this. All these people behind the scenes have made this show excellent. But Alton killing it on the ones and twos on the stage. If I may,
yes,
I wanted to give special shouts out to the sponsors. NLFX, the folks at Promo Only. Nick was just on stage moments ago. DJ Event Planner, our friends at EV, Vibo, of course, ADJA, and DJ Trivia. This is not everybody, but a short list. I've had the opportunity to speak to some of these folks. Bill, you know, the energy here is wonderful.
Yeah, it really, really is.
If you are not in Milwaukee next year, this week, you're making a mistake. You owe it to yourself to invest in a couple of solid hours with some quality people.
So your first day, everybody leaves with something they're going to go home and put into action right away. If you had to pick one from yesterday, what would it be?
You put me on the spot.
I did.
I'm very endeared to Rob Foray and the way he talks about gamification. I like how he breaks it down and makes the way we interact with the audience. Here he is right here. So wonderful. I was giving you a shout out.
Come on over here in a minute.
My takeaway yesterday was this man, and the levity he brings in a very organized way, the interaction with the audience, spot on. So thank you.
Oh, you were great too.
Thanks, Howard, man. I really appreciate it. Howard from Chicago, Howard Wallach. He's a top dog. You got to come see him speak sometime.
Oh, he's amazing.
Great, come on in here, brother.
Okay, let's
of
do
course,
it.
Rob Foray. Okay, this is Just Jockey News. We're recapping yesterday.
Cool.
You were one of the presenters, but you were also in the show and saw the show, and we're an attendee.
Yes.
So tell me, what's your first day ideas of it, and what kind of takeaways did you have?
Well, so what's really cool about this show is that they do the round table, and I think that's very helpful.
So explain to them what the roundtables are.
Okay, so they have about 5 or 6 different subjects, different things that are maybe from how do you plan a wedding, or how do you do sales, or corporate work. I moderated.
Yes, you did.
I moderated a table about
on language and how to use words.
And how to use words. On gamification.
Yeah.
And so we just sat at our table and talked about that particular subject.
Right.
And that was really cool because I was able to continue the conversation with some of the things that I did in my presentation. But that's what's really cool about this is the continuing education. And then they did something last night that I've never seen at any other DJ show that I want to see. You know, we see the spin-offs all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As fun as it may be, I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
You're gonna be he's an old man.
I'm an old man.
But it is.
But what I saw last night is Nick Spinelli. He gave the breakdown of all his methodology, how he spins, how he does his music, and how he beat mixes, and how he uses different effects. And then he demonstrated for us, and then we listened to his music. So it wasn't just a spin-off, it was education.
Right.
So I just love that. That was the really cool thing. And here's another weird thing. I cried. I have never cried at a DJ show. Were you there for this?
I was. It was pretty. Tell them about it.
Okay, so there's this guy. His name's Lucas Hendricks, and he actually got married after a DJ workshop.
Yeah, Mark Furl's workshop in Vegas, around the Vegas conference.
As soon as it was over, Mark married them. So the next DJ event that he goes to, they do his first dance. It was so tender. And then Thomas Heath comes out and does the cake cutting. He MCs the cake cutting, and it was just such a tender moment. But to kick it off, they surprised him with his father to give a toast. I mean, very unconventional, but he lives in this world. She didn't want a big to-do, so he just sprinkled these moments between two different shows. I mean, how awesome is that?
It really was. It really, really was.
So, yeah.
And one of the things about going to these shows, especially DJ conferences, they're pretty intimate.
Yeah.
You know, we are a group of intimate, emotional entertainers, and those are the things that draw us in the first place. So to add something like that just seemed natural anyway.
Yeah.
But at the same time, surprised a lot of people. It was really something.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I was sitting there in the back of the room going, oh, this is what it's all about. But, you know, sometimes with your clients, you're just like, oh, yeah, this is what we do. Yeah. But that element of surprise, and if we can give that to people, that element of surprise,
agreed,
and start making those tears happen, I think that's what we can do better than anybody else. You know, a photographer can't do that. A wedding planner can't do that. A florist can't do that. We do that.
Rob Ferre.
Yes, thank you.
Gamification. Thank you, brother.
Yes, it was fun.
Good job. We'll talk later about today.
Yeah.
When it's all done.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about gamification. We can talk about that.
No, we're going to do that for sure. Okay. Nick Spinelli. Come on over here, brother. So we were just talking about Nick and how much everybody loved what you did last night. So tell, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're out in Jersey, right?
Yeah.
So you're really enjoying the beer and cheese.
Loving it. Loving it. All about it. Who doesn't like cheese?
Well, not me. I'm not a big eater. Yeah. So anyway, you last night did something really kind of groundbreaking. No one has tried this at any of the DJ conferences, surprisingly, as long as they've been doing DJ conferences, is we've taken what we learned to do when we started DJing and found a way to not only showcase some of your gifts and talents, but then to actually break down what you were doing. And people were just all we can talk about today. Tell them a little bit about how you came up with the idea and kind of how you took people down that way.
So I've been dying to do basically a seminar on mixing, and you know, they offered me the spot, and I was like, well, what if I could get a set of turntables up there and actually live show what I'm saying? Because it's so hard when I was like talking in the mirror and trying to like figure this out.
Yeah.
It was so hard to kind of, you know, like put it in the like I wanted to give it context somehow. Right. So I asked them. Alton was generous enough to let me use his S9, his turntables, everything set up there, and I was able to literally live show everyone. I thought it was great. I had a great time doing it. It was really cool to play. It was cool.
So this is the first time you're at Midwest DJs Live. Yep. You were here yesterday for all the content. Yep. Did you have any standouts yesterday for you?
Big Daddy killed it. Wow, there's a lot. Mike just killed it. Mike Detritus just killed it with the Facebook ads and everything. I learned a lot about like Pinterest and stuff with Stacy. Yeah. I learned there was a lot. I mean, the content here is ridiculous. It was such a small like first show. Like it's just so good.
So what would you tell somebody who's thinking about coming out next year? In fact, next year is a new location, downtown Milwaukee, but in Milwaukee. Yeah, what would you tell them about what they should do if they're thinking about coming to the middle of nowhere? But if we're from one coast to the other, we're thinking of flyover country, right? Yeah. So coming to the Midwest, why would they come here as opposed to someplace else?
So the content is fantastic here. Like the content's fantastic. It's a great time. It's a cool place to visit. If you're from like the East Coast, they're really nice here for no reason. So don't let it catch you off guard. I was just like, holy shit, why is everyone being so nice to me? but that's just how they are. It's like the Midwest hospitality, so it's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Really enjoy my time.
All right, Nick, man. Thanks again.
Thank you so
Nick,
much.
you've got your own show. Tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, Wedding DJ Tips on YouTube. Check me out. Just search Wedding DJ Tips for Nick Spinelli. I should pop right up. At Wedding DJ Tips on Instagram. At DJ Nick Spinelli on Instagram.
Awesome.
So
Thanks,
thank you.
brother. Thank you so much. I
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pretty amazing show so far. Aaron, you want to come on over here? It's Aaron Abrams. He's up in up near Duluth, Minnesota, and tell you this is not the first show you've been to, Midwest DJs Live. Tell us about this one and your feelings of how it went yesterday.
It went really well. It went really well yesterday.
Okay, so tell me some of the standouts for you. What were some of the things that happened that you really liked?
Just things that I see from the speakers like Joe talking about branding.
Okay.
And things that I can implement in my business just to take it to the next level.
It's Joe Bunn we're talking about.
Joe Bunn. And then even today, Pinterest and seeing how
Stacey Nichols.
I
goodness.
already blog, I already do the video stuff, but I'm not yet leveraging Pinterest to the level that I want to. And so it's every year I come, every year I apply the things I learn, and every year I grow.
So we've seen 2 presenters today. We still got another whole half a day. What are you looking forward to?
I'm actually leaving an hour to get back to Minneapolis.
Who's looking forward to the
work.
drive?
I've got a gig tonight back in Minneapolis at 7 o'clock. So
Yeah.
But I love coming every year.
I got it. Thank you. Yes, Aaron Abramson. You want to know more about him?
It's kosher. There's no ham.
Go. Just Jackie News, TV, DJNTV. I'm Bill Hermann. Creative License is my show, and this is just me reporting for John and all of you who want to know more about the show and how things are going. And I really wanted to get one more person in here, if I could. Let me see here. Vicky Musney. Vicky Musney is she's one of the hosts of the show, one of the volunteers for Midwest DJs Live. One of the things you don't know about Midwest DJs Live, of course, it's a volunteer organization. This is a non-profit show. So they take every single dollar, not worried about profit, and they throw it back into next year's show and next year's show. So creating this for DJs on a regular basis, creating this for everybody every year is really something that they want to do. Mike was just a presenter this morning talking about Facebook ads. Tell me a little bit about the show, what you've got from it yesterday.
Yep.
So far, it's been a good experience, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, this show is definitely, you don't come here for the gear, and it's not necessarily a hit against the show in any way.
No, not at all.
This show is if you want to make more money. This is the show for education. This is the show that you come to learn and genuinely think outside the box. That DJs, whenever you go to the other shows, again, they're all great in their own right, but you come here to learn in ways that were never thought before in the industry, of course, which is awesome.
And did you have a takeaway from yesterday? Because we only had one day, and people were buzzing so much that people were still talking about it last night at midnight over cocktails and things. What was your thing for yesterday?
So I loved Carol Lane's presentation on Generations. That was fantastic. She was so concise and to the point because she was going and I've always struggled with trying to figure out exactly how do I label a millennial or label different generations.
Right.
And the way that she was so eloquent and to the point and saying, okay, this is who a millennial is, this is how they act. I mean, I was like, that's me. Like, you know me. And it's so important for DJs to understand that because so many guys say, oh, I hate millennials. I'm like, that's paying your bills. You can't hate on them. It's like, adapt. And the way that she described it was absolutely perfect. Like, you had to know.
Really well. Mike does some stuff on DJNTV as well. Look for some of his videos, and he's got videos all over YouTube as well. The stuff he talked about on Facebook ads was so much in it that I really should have had a whole day on it. But if you want a whole day, just call him. Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
No problem. We're about to go out of break pretty soon, but I wanted to talk to our host. One of our hosts tonight. Hey, how you doing? This is Vicky Musney. Vicky, you all know Vicky. She's got her personality workshop, colors and personalities, and no one knows more about that than this woman here. And she is also a volunteer for Midwest DJs Live, as is everyone who does work on Midwest DJs Live. And I wanted come forward a little bit, so it looks like I don't have such a big head.
My head's going to be
I'll do this. So tell us all about your first day ideas? What are you getting out of things? How are you seeing people enjoying what's happening? Can you tell us more about that?
In fact, it was funny. Yesterday morning was my first time presenting not on personalities in a really long time. I talked about perspectives, and for me, that's been a theme going into this show. I came twice as a presenter, and then this is my second year as a board member. So for me, part of the fun has been getting to see everything behind the scenes and take an idea of what if that happened in a board meeting and watching it come to life on the stage and with our attendees. And for those of you who know me and know I'm one of the few in this industry who's not a DJ, I'm a master of ceremonies, but respectfully to my DJ friends, I don't DJ. But one of the highlights for me was Nick Spinelli's presentation last night, because that was our first time scheduling entertainment and education simultaneously and intentionally putting education in the evening and not having it, this idea that, education has to happen from 9 to 5
and then we
switch. It's like, no, we can create a hybrid, and he was the perfect person to do that. So just sitting there, even though I only understood part of what he was saying, what I loved as someone that has helped, from this side of things on the board, on the education committee, is watching everybody in the audience and how into everything that he was saying and doing and how they were responding. That was a real highlight for me. And just the great questions and interaction that we've been getting. We've tried some new things this year with the one-to-one sessions and different twists on the round tables, and just always trying to grow, evolve, try something new.
One of my the most interesting things for me too, especially about you, is that you do not live in the Midwest. You live in Reno. You work in Reno. Yet
I'm the only board member not from the Midwest.
Right. So you're so committed to the work that the Midwest DJ Live group is doing in such a way that you're even a volunteer of this conference for a few years now.
Yeah.
So what is it that has you committed to a group of people that are not even anywhere near where you do business?
I just fell in love with this show. I think it started with my very first time as a speaker. The way I was treated as a presenter, my customized welcome bag in my room that had a bottle of rum chata and 2 shot glasses from Wisconsin. How could you not love a show that goes that far out of the way? So that's
how come you got rum chata and I got donuts? How is that? What is that?
But that's been one of the things I've been trying to carry on. My official role on the board, the first year was board mom. Then I graduated to, I still play the role of board mom, but my title this year is speaker liaison, so that's been part of my role, is working with our speakers and supporting Mitch and everything he's been doing to build our education. But just helping those speakers feel welcome, making sure they're taken care of, so customized welcome bags and proper thank yous, and making sure that they have everything they want. Like, it's that spirit of camaraderie and family. And I think in a smaller setting like this, it's easier to find that. And I love the big shows too. Don't get me wrong. And
that camaraderie is there as well. But that almost seems like it's in small groups and cliques around, as opposed to here.
Well, you can't have full camaraderie with 1,000 people. I don't think it's really
difficult.
It's really challenging. Yeah. But there's also, I think, having a show like this. It's a nonprofit that's run by a board of volunteers. And the camaraderie starts with that core group. I mean, I've spent every Monday night with those people for months. We meet weekly. We've met weekly since Christmas. We were bi-weekly before that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of hours that we put in. That's not counting our subcommittee meetings and the extra phone calls and extra planning meetings and things. But we've really become friends. Like, those are the people I see every single week. And for someone who essentially runs my business out of my home office, like, as an extrovert, I need those kind of connections, and that's why I do things like this, and I'm in Toastmasters. But this was just a show that really blessed me. The way they treated me as a presenter, and the family feel that I felt, that when they asked me to join the board, it was the right thing to do. And it's hard for me to imagine not being a part of it after being this involved for this long.
Now, I want to wrap up one more time. Step over a little closer to me. Okay. I want to be sure that there was an announcement yesterday about next year's show, which we are definitely doing.
Yes.
2 announcements, in fact. And the first one I'd like to just speak to is that it's not going to be at the Potawatomi Hotel next year.
No, that's correct. It's going to be somewhere else. And it's on the website. How's that?
Oh my
Everything
gosh.
is on MidwestDJsLive.com.
Well, there's somebody over here can call us. We want to pull them over. We can, you know.
I attended the walkthrough for the new property via FaceTime, so it is not cemented in my head. Thanks for putting me on the spot.
Gosh, I thought you
Those were not the two things I thought you were going to ask me. The first thing I want to tell you is tickets are on sale right now for $99, and that goes away by the end of today.
Yes.
So if you want to be here, if you're experiencing serious FOMO right now, get online right now. Thank you. What's the hotel we're going to be at next year?
We're at
Hyatt
Mitch Taylor, head of the education at Midwest DJs Live, and we were just talking about what's happening now. Everybody move this way a little bit so we're a little more in the shot. One of the announcements yesterday is where we're going to be next year, no longer at Potawatomi, and you've made that change for a couple of reasons. First of all, where's it going to be and why are we doing it?
It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Milwaukee. It's going to be a great time. We're looking forward to it. Again, we want to make sure we keep the show affordable for you. That's a key part of it. As a nonprofit organization that is Midwest DJs Live, that's part of our goal. And also, we didn't even announce this yet from the stage.
Well, you don't have to do it with me, but if you want to give
we'll do it.
John Young a scoop, give it to him right now.
So, I have a couple people ask me because they know the ins and outs of Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
They know where that is.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
across.
I know exactly where the cement plant is.
Right across.
Potawatomi.
Yeah, people sleep with the fishes in the cement plant. Is that what happens?
I walked by it today.
Okay, so
it's a scary area.
It's right across the street from Fiserv, the new Fiserv where the Milwaukee Bucks play. That's where it is. It's like
I
right
thought you were
there.
talking about where we get the little
All I
bills.
heard was
And-
Riverwalk District and
So here's
Brewery
the thing.
District. That's
People
what I
are
heard.
saying, well, but what about the parking? Mitch, what about the parking? We're going to pay through the nose for parking? No. Free. Free. F-R-E. DJ's favorite word. Free. Free parking.
Very nice. And it's Hyatt Regency, downtown Milwaukee.
Hyatt Regency, downtown
Milwaukee's a beautiful city. And as much as the Potawatomi's a wonderful hotel and a great casino, you really want to see Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay? And so you got to leave proper, you got to go to kind of drive through this area, which is more of an industrial area. Okay? And then you got to find it. But now we're going to be right in the center of it, near
Riverwalk,
where Milwaukee
breweries,
got famous.
restaurants. Right. You have a plethora of things to choose
Real
from.
quick, because we have to get back in there.
Yeah, I
they
have
can't
to
start
go
without us.
on
We're the
stage.
MCs.
And there was one more
thing I
announcement.
thought you were going to ask about was who was presenting next year. The only presenter we announced so far is Matt Redicelli
Yes.
of Rock the House
Yeah.
in Cleveland. He's going to be here. One of many, but only the first one that we've announced.
Yes,
so
first one
far.
announced, Matt
Very
Redicelli, Rock the House. We'll probably do an interview with him later, possibly.
So very excited that we were able to bring over the two hosts, the co-host of this year's show,
That's been
and
fun.
all of
This
the
is our
excitement
first time.
happening.
We've co-hosted podcasts together for
Never
years,
a show.
but never a
Yeah.
conference
All
together.
right,
So
you've
this
done a
is
really
really
good
fun.
job of keeping him on the
Thank
show.
you.
Someone's
Thank you.
got
So
to
we're going to keep on time.
we have to go.
Bye,
Look at the
everyone.
show.
Thank
Okay.
you.
The second half of today is happening really soon. Thank you again. We'll have another report for DJ News tonight, probably tonight or maybe tomorrow. But until then, remember, next year, go to Midwest DJs Live website, find out about next year. And if you want to buy a ticket for only $99, they're only selling those until today, till the end of today. So you got to go to the website to do that. I'm Bill Hermann for Disc Jockey News TV, and peace.
All right, friends, we're getting